I knew it would do well, but I didn't think it would be this well. I still can't really comprehend 100 million streams, that's crazy. What's good? It's Jnr Choi. We're here with DIFFUS and get into some music talk. Let's go.
How would you introduce your music to new listeners?
You know what I tell people? They're like, oh yeah, what kind of music do you make? I'm just like, depends on the weather. That always works. They're like, oh, like, what do you mean? I'm like, so in the summer, I'm gonna make some R&B, I'm gonna make some Afro-Beats. In the winter, I'm gonna make some trap, some hip hop. It's all mood-based memories. That's how memories are formed.
What was your upbringing like?
So I was born and raised in London, Southeast London. I'm from the Gambia, beautiful place in West Africa. But my upbringing, yeah, I don't know. I was kind of like back and forth Essex and London when I got to a certain age, because my mum would live in Essex, and I stayed with my grandma in London. And I was back and forth, but like, I don't know, I didn't mind. It was kind of cool because being in the city and then being out, like almost basically like by the seaside, transitioning in and out, it feels like you feel like you're going into a different world every time. And it kind of just shaped me to be the person who I am, because you don't get lost in one place.
Has Gambia played a huge role in growing up for you?
Huge, yeah. So I hadn't gone for a few years. I went as a kid and then skipped the whole 15 years or something crazy. And then went back and it just changed my whole perception of my of life. Like I went there and everyone was mad happy, so positive, never really had a worry to worry about, And then it just made me kick myself in the foot, yo, why? How are you stressing in a place like London? When people are here with a lot less and they're happy, positive, Changed my whole perspective, and ever since then my energy's shifted.
How did you first get in touch with music?
Yeah, I've always been into hip hop, R&B. Growing up, my mum used to listen to a lot of West African music, like Youssou. My dad would listen to a lot of reggae. And then when I kind of first started dabbling into music that I'd actually purchased and stuff, it was The Weeknd. I was a big fan of Big Sean, Kendrick Lamar, and yeah.
How did you first get into modeling?
I had a friend of mine who really wanted to get into modeling, and a lot of people told me I should get into it too, but I was kind of just putting it off. He had one day where he was like, nah, let's go into some agencies and go walk-ins and go-sees. So I was like, cool, I'll come with you. We went into a few, and every single one kind of gave us a sheet, was like, oh, sorry, we don't think you're right for us, but have a look at these. So we actually went through the whole day going to all the agencies, and every single one said no. And then that kind of fueled me. I was like, I didn't really want to do it, but now you told me no, I'm gonna do it. So I just went back, done some research, figured out what kind of a model I wanted to be, and figured out how to get where you want to be, type thing. Worked on myself for a couple months, and then I actually got scouted on a day at work. I was working in Top Man, and a lovely lady came in, and she was like, "Yo, you ever thought about modeling?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she was like, "Come in." So I came in the next day, signed a contract, quit my job, and now we're here.
So fashion is a big passion of yours?
I used to have a problem. I probably still do, but I just have to buy clothes almost every day, and just that's where it kind of birthed. And then I used to use Tumblr a lot. I used to get a lot of inspiration off there. There was it was Rocky times, I used to have Rocky times. And then, yeah, it was always a thing. I'd come into college wearing some crazy stuff and be like, what's this? I remember when I ripped my t-shirt up with a rock, I had holes everywhere. Someone was like, yo, did you get bit by a dog? I'm like, we'll see. And then people started buying it. I started selling it, and then it was in stores. Someone took the idea, put it in a store. But yeah, fashion's always been a thing for me for sure.
Do you see a connection between fashion and music? I
kind of like the way that, so you see the way a designer has a spring-summer collection or winter collection. I kind of do the same with my music. So I was saying, when someone says, oh, what kind of music do you make? And I say, I make it depending on the weather, depending on the season. That's kind of what I'm going for. So spring and summer, you're gonna get R&B, warm winter, you're gonna get stuff To the Moon, you're gonna get trap, drill, stuff that you as the weather gets colder, the vibe changes. You'll be driving fast down La La La, or you'll be going to the club, or you're raging with your boys and stuff like that,
What was the process behind your viral song To the Moon like?
I literally got a beat pack sent over. It was 1 of 5 beats, and it was in the process of making my winter tape. The beat came in, I was like, okay, this is fire. Ran it, made the song in 15 minutes, put it to the side. I was like, all right, cool. Let's get to the short list now of how many songs we're using. It was 1 of 12. And it wasn't actually that high in there. I was kind of put it in 6 or so. I was sleeping on it. And I made it in August. So then it come to November time, just before November, sorry. My DJ, Flo, he DJs at all the Mayfair clubs in London, the little popping clubs. And he teased the song in the club, and he texted me, he's like, bro, this is crazy. You need to come in and see this. And I came in, I had a look, and I was like, oh my God, like it's crazy. The song played, like everyone stopped, sang the sample. People started running up to the DJ booth, like men in full-on shirts and like protects, running up to the DJ booth, like, yo, what song is this? And I was just like, it's unreleased. Like, but that like gave me the indication, like, yo, we need to release this like right now.
So you didn't expect the song to go viral?
Yeah, no, not at the time. I didn't realize I was sitting on a gold mine, but once I saw that reaction, I was like, yeah, this needs to drop, like this is time. And then yeah, I kind of knew that it would do, I knew it would do well, but I didn't think it would be this well. I still can't really comprehend 100 million streams, that's crazy.
How did people react when you released the song?
I mean, as soon as I dropped it, it was taken in very, very nicely. The rollout was kind of nice, it was very organic. I kept putting my story, playing it in clubs as it was about to come out, dropped it. Yeah, it kind of picked up immediately. It was, you know, it was my most picked up like song that I'd released. And then when I put it on TikTok is when that just spread like wildfire, touched Africa like immediately. It was really, really big in Germany, which is why I really like, appreciate you guys for that one. France and America, like big in America. So yeah, we just went over there for a bit.
How did you come up with the cover?
That cover came about 10 minutes before uploading the song onto the platforms. So like there was no cover. There was no cover. We were sitting there in the crib like, well, what's the cover gonna be? Like, should we do a moon stuff? Like, nah. You know what, like Elon Musk, crypto, he's probably got a tweet like that. We just ran it up, searched it up, kind of like changed the date to the release date as a little Easter egg. Like, love the way that it was organic, like low battery on the top right. And just, yeah, ran it up.
What is the red thread within your work?
The red thread is my voice, you know. I would like to like, my intention is like, my voice is like the instrument. So whatever song you hear, I could feature on my own stuff. Like it'd be like, yeah, that's a Jnr Choi song. Like rather than like, oh, he's a drill artist or oh, he's a hip hop artist. It's like, I'm gonna just give you good music. And you gonna have music for every weather, you know, every feeling. You're feeling happy today, you're gonna have this and some stuff. You feel like racing your boys down the street, you're gonna have To the Moon, you know what I mean?
What's next for you?
I don't wanna get too into it because I'm gonna give it all away, but you know, we've got some great singles coming. As soon as we get some surprises out, we're gonna get into some singles and we're gonna get some summer stuff. And then the weather's gonna change real quick and we're gonna be back in winter and it's gonna be ready again. That's as much as I can say. It's gonna be a nice, jumpy ride, a good time.